8:22. Welcome back to Good Morning San Diego. The Thanksgiving holiday is usually a time for gratitude and connection, but for some people it can also mean stress, anxiety, and even family tension. Joining us to speak about how to deal with those feelings is Dr. Bruce Figuered, CEO of Jackson House. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
So this is, everyone talks about the stress at the Thanksgiving table because people will end up talking about those taboo topics that starts getting everybody fired up, usually politics. What do you typically see with stress and what's causing the holiday stress?
Yeah, so I mean that's one part of it is you have family members that come over and maybe they're talking about topics that can cause some stress. But overall, I mean, if you think about it, I mean there's 3 holidays that are just kind of boom, 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 back to back, and they all kind of come together. I mean, we go Halloween and you're taking the kids out trick or treating and you're going around and you're having to find costumes and get the kids ready, and then on the heels of that, then you have Thanksgiving, and then obviously followed by Christmas, and so there's a lot of things that people are thinking about that they have to do, and a lot of times people are trying to make things perfect. They want their home to be perfect, they want the meal to be perfect, and I think that those expectations can really lead to a lot of stress for people,
Yeah, I kind of put the perfect expectation out the window a long time ago. But what about those signs of stress on your body that we tend to ignore? What do we typically see as signs of stress?
So anxiety affects your entire nervous system, and it can cause a lot of different problems. When anxiety is overactive, it can cause tension, it can cause headaches, it can cause sleep problems. And so if you're noticing all of those things starting to happen all at once, it really is helpful for you to, or for a person to take a step back and kind of look at what are the things that I'm thinking about and what are the things that I'm doing that are leading me to feel the way that I'm feeling and causing all of these problems.
And so what are some of the things that we should be doing now to reduce the amount of stress that we're experiencing?
Sure, yeah. Like you said before, I mean, perfection, let's just throw that out the window, right? Anxiety really lives and stress lives in the past and in the future, not in the present. And so the shoulda, coulda, wouldas about the past, that causes stress, right? And then what will happen, what will go on, what happens in the future. So if you stay grounded in the present and stay grounded in the moment with people, and it's about connection, not perfection. If you do those things, then you'll find that it'll be easier to kind of get through each day.
Yeah, they always say perfection is the enemy of good enough, right? So
that's right.
You just kind of have to go for good enough sometimes.
That's right.
So as we're trying to get through the holidays, are there resources that we can look at, or things that maybe if we feel like we're not getting a good enough handle on our stress, what are some of the things that we should be doing? When is it time to reach out for some help?
So a great question. Again, it's a time to reach out when you notice that if the things that you're experiencing, if it's stress, if it's anxiety, if it's depression, if it's alcohol or drugs, if it's an addiction problem, that you are starting to have functional impairment. So you're having problems in your relationships, in your marriage, with your children, as a father, at work. And so whenever we start to notice functional impairment as a result of something that's happening, that's the time to reach out and get help, because you don't want those things to unravel in your life.
Yeah, and setting certain expectations maybe through the holidays of being around a lot of family members, maybe you only see a couple times a year.
Yeah.
And then are there signs that we should look for in other people to maybe say, hey, can I help you because I'm noticing your stress?
Well, yeah, and oftentimes during the holidays, especially with relatives or family members that you haven't seen for a while, those things get brought up. And oftentimes people will wait until after the holidays are over to actually reach out and get help. Yeah. But what can happen is, like I said before, other things will start to unravel in your life, and you don't want that to happen,
Okay, well, Bruce, where can people reach out to you if they want to learn more?
So Jackson House West Coast Recovery Center and Jackson House Addiction and Recovery Center. So just go to jacksonhousecares.com and the phone number there, and you can reach out if anyone needs help.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. Well,